What if I told you that doubt doesn't destroy faith, that some of the strongest believers in history questioned God? And what if your doubt isn't a sign that you're losing faith, but that you're actually taking it seriously? Because the truth is, almost no one talks honestly about doubt in Christianity. So let's ask the question, can Christians doubt and still believe? If you've ever prayed and felt nothing, if you've ever read the Bible and felt confused, if you've ever wondered, is this really true? You're not alone. Doubt is one of the most common and most hidden experiences in the Christian life. But many believers feel like they're not allowed to talk about it, as if questioning somehow disqualifies you from faith. So today we're going to explore this honestly, not to dismiss doubt, but to understand it. First, let's define what we mean by doubt. Doubt isn't the same as rejection. It's not the same as unbelief. Doubt is tension. It's the space between what you hope is true and what you struggle to understand. It's asking questions like, why does God feel silent? Why is there suffering? Why does faith sometimes feel uncertain? And here's the key insight. Doubt often comes from caring deeply about truth. People who don't care don't wrestle. So doubt isn't always the enemy of faith. Sometimes it's the beginning of a deeper one. Now here's something surprising. The Bible doesn't hide doubt. It includes it. Think about Thomas, often called Doubting Thomas. When he heard that Jesus had risen, he said, "Unless I see, I will not believe." And how did Jesus respond? Not with anger, not with rejection. He met Thomas in his doubt. He showed him the evidence he needed and invited him to believe. Or consider the Father in the Gospel who says to Jesus, "I believe, help my unbelief." That's one of the most honest prayers in the entire Bible. It's a confession that faith and doubt can exist at the same time. Even figures like David in the Psalms cry out, "Why, God, do you hide your face? Why have you abandoned me?" These aren't words of perfect certainty. They're words of struggle, spoken within a relationship with God. So biblically, doubt isn't erased, it's engaged. From a theological standpoint, doubt can actually refine faith. If faith is never questioned, it can become shallow, inherited, unexamined. But when doubt enters, something changes. You're forced to ask, what do I really believe? Why do I believe it? Is my faith based on truth or just comfort? In this sense, doubt acts like a fire. It burns away assumptions and leaves behind something stronger. But there's a tension here, because doubt can go in two directions. It can lead to deeper faith, or it can lead to walking away, and the difference often comes down to one thing. What you do with your doubt. Do you suppress it, ignore it, or do you explore it honestly? Philosophically, doubt has always played a role in the search for truth. Even outside Christianity, some of the greatest thinkers believe that questioning is essential, because certainty without examination isn't really certainty, it's assumption. And faith at its core is not just about having all the answers, it's about trust. But trust doesn't eliminate questions. In fact, real trust often coexists with uncertainty. Think about relationships. You can trust someone deeply and still have moments of doubt or confusion. That doesn't mean the relationship is fake. It means it's real and human. So perhaps faith works the same way. Let's be honest about some common fears. If I doubt, does that mean my faith is weak? Not necessarily. It might mean your faith is being tested and potentially strengthened. What if my doubts lead me away from God? That's a real possibility. But avoiding doubt doesn't protect you from that. Engaging it thoughtfully might. Is God disappointed in my questions? If the Bible is any indication, no. God seems more concerned with honesty than with pretending. Because a fake certainty isn't faith, it's performance. So, can Christians doubt and still believe? It seems the answer is yes. But not just yes in a casual way, yes in a way that suggests doubt might actually be part of the journey. Not the end of faith, but a doorway into a deeper, more honest one. Maybe faith isn't about eliminating every question. Maybe it's about choosing to trust, even while questions remain. And maybe the goal isn't perfect certainty, but a relationship with God that's real enough to handle your doubts. So now I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with doubt? Did it weaken your faith or deepen it? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is a space for honest conversation. And if you're someone who's wrestling with big questions about God, faith, and truth, subscribe to Sacred Questions. Because here, we don't ignore difficult questions. We explore them together.